There's some ambient background noise happening right now, and I don't know what's causing that. But greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Kick Your Run Kingdom's new update. From the Paradise of Passion to Sloth, this is the brand new second portion of that update, known as the Battlefield of Passion. This has given us so many new unique things, such as the AEGIS HOLLYBERRY Cookie, aka Awaken HOLLYBERRY Cookie. It's giving us also Sugarfly Cookie. It's giving us the brand new episode of Beasties. It's giving us new icing designs. It's giving us a new, like a fountain design. It's giving us different types of events. That's also happening halfway through the update. So that'll be later on. And by the way, what is that beautiful scene with Pavlova and Sugarfly? Anyways, you can see there, you have Sound the Charge, AEGIS HOLLYBERRY Cookie, and you know, she is looking stellar, just in the beautiful, like, paladin-esque sort of, which actually kind of perfectly fits a Hollyberry and, you know, paladin. I don't know. Well, actually, what am I saying? No, that fits more of the Kremlin Republic. What am I saying? Anyway, there's also the new legendary costumes, being the Triumph of Sloth, where we have a new costume for HOLLYBERRY Cookie and a new costume for Eternal Sugar Cookie. Both look absolutely delightful. We also have Beast Yeast Episode 10, which I'm pretty sure this one's just straight up called Battlefield of Passion. Next one is new fountain design for the Fountain of Passion, which look at how Hollyberryan that looks with all the pink hearts. Sugarfly Cookie also exists in the update, which because, you know, she appeared as an NPC before, but now she became playable. And also, Raspberry Cookie has a new magic candy that you can craft. Also, new icings for the Hollyberry Kingdom. There's also a new mini game based around Tiger Little Cookie called I think, what was it, Berry Jump? I don't know, probably one of my most enjoyable features here. And also, defeat enemies and earn trophies, because there's also a new Champion of Chess event going on, I'm pretty sure. Something along those lines. I forget, did I mention that in the update preview video? I don't know, but whatever the case is, a lot of new stuff got introduced in this update. And there's so many things I could talk about, but first of all, let me take a gander at some of the events that got introduced here. And also, while I go through this update, I will be seeing if I can read comments from the video over here, if I can have it pulled up. It's from the Shield of HOLLYBERRY Cookie, or the Shield of HOLLYBERRY Falls, which is from the ending of the first part of the Plumbing Paradise of Sloth episode of Beast Yeast. But if anyone wants to leave their questions and comments down in the comment section below for me to read all the videos, and feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. It doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator and curator to community, then that's what matters the most. And, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be reading comments from the video, being, you know, Shield of HOLLYBERRY Cookie Falls. And just to get one out of the way real quick, there's one from Heartslash saying, why am I the only one who does not have Eternal Sugar Cookie? Because, why? Why do I only have, I only have one beast. I've been playing this game for 2 years, almost 3, so why do I not have Eternal Sugar Cookie? I didn't have Eternal Sugar Cookie for a while, but I'm pretty sure eventually if you just do enough of the missions, you should be able to get her. I know technically it's kind of late for that, because the new update just came out, so well, I guess her gacha does still exist, but, I hope you know what I mean. Also, by the way, we get new Awaken HOLLYBERRY Cookies daily gifts, which these consist of these brand new Light of True Passions, which says even if you run from overwhelming pain, as long as you face it head on, this light will never lose its shine, filling the world with light and warmth that never fades. So it's true and resolute. Sweet. Also, there's new Light of True Passions, which are basically missions that consist of HOLLYBERRY Cookie and stuff like that. Which HOLLYBERRY Cookie, of course, fits like Street Vendor, Merry Passerby, Chatty Waiter, Fruit Picker, Jelly Merchant, Attentive Maid, and Ferryman. I almost read that as Attractive Maid. That's how it works around here. Anyway, these are just the main missions you need to do to get the Lights of Absolute True Passion, or just True Passion in general, but you know what I mean. Next, also, there is a HOLLYBERRY Pass, so if you ever have stuff that you want to try and get more Lights of True Passion, just do the pass rewards, either if you buy it or you don't, you know what I mean. Test the trophies, which I absolutely love this event. I'm so glad that it's back, so I can go ahead and keep on grinding this stuff. I just got to do the missions and stuff, but you know, that's how it works. Also, there's the new Berry Jump event, which, I'm gonna love making a video on that. Can I get any more tickets? Yes, I can if I want to, so that's gonna make for a really funny video. Alright, there's also Triumph of Sloth, where if you pull for the costumes, you can get sweet rewards for, like, extra rainbow cubes to pull even more. It's like gambling. There's the new, there's Beast Raid, which has always been a thing. Upgrade Sugarfly Cookie event, and there's the new Adventures of Paradise and Sloth. So, there's all of that. Of course, with the new update, everything has been reset, so we are all fine and dandy on that regard. I don't think I got everything I need to in the previous update, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure... Oh my gosh, I'm fully completed with this. Wow, Production Boom is already completed. Got a numerous amount of work, and also Production Tycoon. Wow, okay, I'm so glad. You know what, those rainbow cubes will also help me too. Alright, so the main thing I want to do is, first of all, let's go ahead and view this, because this looks really cool. The apple. Hollyberry cookie, Aegis. New cookie. So, of course, there is this gacha that I can pull for if I want to, but the thing is, I can't because I don't have any of the lights, so I gotta save that for another video, but instead, we can opt for this. Sugarfly Cookie. She's a brand new cookie that got introduced here, and she is apparently a, actually, I don't know about her stats, I never did research on it, but I gotta say, those steel socks or shoes she's rocking are just kind of marvelous, if I'm being honest. Really good just to kick people with, but anywho, with that being said, let's go ahead and start doing some polls while I read some comments, because I'm pretty sure y'all got a lot to say about these updates. So, we usually do the thing where we poll, but then we immediately skip, because I like to be surprised with what we try and get. And to get some comments out the way, there's one from Lagarda? I hope I'm saying that correctly. I just hear power tools in the background. Excuse me? Is that... Oh my gosh, that is. Okay. Well, that's just fun. Let me go for the comment first. It's gone. The most interesting thing about the chapter is how Eternal Sugar Cookie had to inflict less pain to being Hollyberry down than any other beast. Hello? Did we... Wait, what? Why is it always chamomile when I least expect it? Why is it I didn't even finish reading that comment. I was going to say the most interesting thing about this chapter is how Eternal Sugar Cookie had to inflict less pain to being Hollyberry down than any other beast had to wit their ancient because Hollyberry came in already disconnected with her soul gem. I feel like the grammar's kind of already all out of order in regards to that, but I think I understand what you're saying. She didn't really have to involve any physical pain to Hollyberry, only just because she was already kind of doing things how she wanted, but that's how Eternal Sugar got to the best of her. Also, another comment from just says, Indiction says, question of the day, my brother and Pure Vanilla Cookie, Dark Cacao saw his soldiers get turned to flour, Golden Cheese's wings got ripped off, and Pure Vanilla embraced deceit. In this story, Hollyberry felt a sloth. They are equal. I suppose if I had to choose one, I'd say Dark Cacao, but it's very close, like a micro percent. I guess that makes sense. Let's be honest. They all went through some sort of a suffering torment, though I don't know if every single part of it is close. But I understand where you're coming from, because, I mean, let's be honest, who likes to compare their trauma? Just like, oh, my trauma is better than yours. Yeah, sure, you may have had your parents leave you, but I had to get raised by a pack of, anteaters when I was a kid. Yeah, that's how I grew up. I feel really bad if that's actually true for anyone, which I completely doubt, but, hey, sometimes the impossible can be proved to be possible. Anywho, let's go ahead and get another poll. I mean, we already got a super epic cookie, which is the last thing I expected, but somehow we got a super epic more than Sugarfly? I have no idea how that's possible, but you know what? That just means our luck is it's kind of very unique luck. Anyways, for another comment saying, from a name I can't understand because it's in Japanese, but they just say quickly, for my question of the day, for me, I think Pure Vanilla Cookie went through a lot during Beast East events. That makes sense. You did leave a lot of comment after that. I just kind of wanted to summarize it up there because Pure Vanilla did go through a lot, only just primarily because, you know, he had to go through his whole entire body changing into becoming this deceitful creature with no emotion, basically who he wasn't. Which, at the very least, with Golden Cheese, Dark Cacao, and Hollyberry, as far as I know with Hollyberry, they're still true to who they are, which, by the way, we just got Golden Cheese Soul Stones and Moonlight Soul Stones. Excuse me? But, Pure Vanilla changed. And to be fair, you could argue that maybe that was all part of the plan. Maybe Pure Vanilla already had it all, planned out, so he really never lost himself. But still, it was really, really convincing what he had to go through. Anyway, also, a comment from Ignore says, I have to notice that Beast have another counterpart. Pure Vanilla and Mystic Flower, because they're both healers. Burning Spice and Hollyberry, because both are loudy and obnoxious. Eternal Sugar and Golden Cheese, both of them create a paradise and are one of 7 deadly sins. White Lily and Shadow Milk, both of them seek knowledge. And Silent Salt and Dark Cacao, it's obvious enough. The swords? I would assume it's the swords. I guess you could technically say that they also have their parallels, but I feel like they're more coincidental, if anything. But I don't know. It just feels like there's connections that, you know, make sense why, instead of how you connect them, you kind of connect their parallels instead of their contrasts. So, it makes sense why Eternal Sugar Cookie's contrast is Hollyberry, because one's a lot more outgoing and extroverted. Eternal Sugar's a lot more, like, introverted and ingoing, if that makes any sense. But also, Minty Custard Gen, or Chustard Clan? Probably saying that wrong, but you just say, question of the day, I say all of them, but you gotta admit, Shadowmook Eternal Sugar is down bad for the other halves. What? Excuse me, okay, first of all, Eternal Sugar Cookie literally probably does that to everybody, but of course she takes interest in Hollyberry, because, you know, it's her other half the Soul Gem, and she can already tell the pain behind Hollyberry Cookie's eyes, quote unquote. Second of all, Shadowmook hates Pure Vanilla Cookie. And technically, you can't argue that, like, you know, well, Shadowmook Cookie and Pure Vanilla Cookie, they tried to reach through each other when Pure Vanilla Cookie called him a friend, which that is true. But I don't think that means down bad. I feel like people really take shipping in the Cookie Run community way too seriously. Y'all should just be like me, who's just like a relaxed enjoyer who doesn't like to say all this stuff. Finally, we got a Sugarfly Cookie Soul Stone. And instead, we're getting more Sea Fairy Soul Stones. We're getting all these valuable soul stones, and we're getting these super epics. Like, where the pleb can I get Sugarfly? Watch it just appear right now as I say that. Well, no, it's actually, it's another underhand for one of the Beast Cookies, but it's a Nutmeg Tiger, which, to be fair, probably one of my favorite Beast Cookie cohorts. But, you know, I'll still give you credit where credit's due. Still not a bad cookie, though. I'll give them, you know, pretty good. Anyway, seeing if I can get another comment out of the way. Caitlin Gacha says, question of the day, it's between Dark Cacao and Golden Cheese, because Dark Cacao saw his guards turn to flour, but Golden Cheese's wings literally got ripped off straight. I can only remember one other example from any sort of story or tale where someone's wings got ripped off brutally, and any sort of time that happens in, like, fiction or anything like that, it's never a good thing. It's not like they can just grow back, it's not like feathers or something. That's the whole wing, the muscle, the tissue, the bone. It's awful. And painful. Like, that's scarring and, like, nerves that you're never going to get back, as far as my knowledge goes. Unless if you're a cookie, then I guess you can't just get that back. Because, frosting exists, I guess. I don't plumbing know. Anyway, where the pleb is Sugarfly? How many polls have we been doing so far? Is this, like, 3 or 4? This might be 4. But, like, I'm just kind of impressed how, like, we haven't gotten her yet. Maybe now's gonna be the time?
Look at my pretty wings glisten. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I gotta give credit where credit is due. She looks absolutely stunning and beautiful. And also, just for the fact of the matter, love the Gacha music, and also love the background of the Gacha music. She genuinely does look beautiful. She kind of reminds me of, like, Tinkerbell of a sort, because, you know, just, like, the golden light skin and, like, the body. The only thing that also gets added is, like, you know, some of the elegant blues, and also the iron armor shinlings. I don't think the term is shinlings, but, you know, the steel shoes. Literal steel-toe boots that she got. Why she needs those, I don't know, but maybe it's literally for combat that she only knows. But who knows? I mean, she's literally a Sugarfly, so maybe it's just to land better on things. But anyway, now the fact that we got her, I wonder if she has any, like, major uses. That's what I'm curious to know. Who knows? Anyway, probably for the rest of the video, I probably will be doing normal gacha pulls, only just because, I kind of already have her pulled, and unless if I need to pull her anymore, I'll just right now stick to what I know, because soon you will see an overview video on her, but look at that, Sugarfly right there. So, I don't think I have, yeah, I have no tickets, and, all their stuff, and more, the steel gacha is still available, and, Yeah, let's do some basic polls and see what we pull while I read the rest of these comments. Like, for example, there is one from Draco saying, Eternal Sugar Cookie basically owns a prison disguised as a paradise. It's either you stay and have all your ambitions in the future taken away, a breakfasting sloth, or you get brutally mauled by the many monsters of beasties. Sugar of Happiness / Eternal Sugar's pre-corrupted form looks so insane because her rainbow wings look so elegant. And for the common question of the day, I didn't think we should compare the pain that ancient cookies have been through, because they all suffer in different ways, because they've lost their main traits. But asking whichever is like saying which beast is the most evil when they're all supposed to be evil in their own ways. I mean, it was just a basic question. It was more like an opinionated question. I mean, to be fair, I know I literally said, like, I don't think we should be comparing people's pains, which that's literally what I just said. But I was just saying, like, in your opinion. It's not like, you know, which one do you know for a fact is absolute worst. I'm just saying, from your personal experience, which one would you assume went through the worst of it? That's all I'm trying to ask. I swear, it's not me trying to encroach on what everyone else went through. Anyway, so also Sean Moran says, Dark Cat was forced to watch the soldiers fall, which, by the way, we did get something cool here. It's an epic. Hello? That's, is that Claudette? Okay, that has to be. Oh, my lord. I forgot the little Gacha animation was just so extreme like that. That music lasted for a lot longer than I would have thought. I don't know. Anyway, it says for Sean Moran, Dark Cacao, watch the soldiers turn to flour and disintegrate, Golden Cheese, wings brutally torn off, Pre-Vanilla, succumb to deceit, Hollyberry had her shield shattered in pieces, and in this pattern, I'm dreading to see what happens to White Lily Cookie. I don't want to know what happens. That's not good. Anyway, Ian Brooks also says, question of the day, Pure Vanilla definitely got the shorter end of the stick. That's what I always assumed. In some extent, just because of everything that they had to suffer through. Which everyone suffered. I'm just saying, like, they were literally the walking embodiment of suffering. Lily Wooly also says, question of the day, I personally can't see myself picking the worst event each cookie went through. Each event was kind of the worst, just only for the specific cookie. I guess that makes sense. At this point, I feel like if some people did want to answer, they could, but if they didn't want to answer, just don't, because, oh my gosh. Sometimes you don't want to even relive through that. I know some people are like me and don't want to relive through those tales. Also, Sonic Gamer says, common question of the day, Dark Cacao because he witnessed his comrades die right in front of him. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll give you credit to credit's due because he had to watch everything suffer right in front of him, and it's not good. How many polls would you do today? I just want to check after this poll, because I want to see if I can get like an exact number, so I know when to end this video or not. Because I don't want to go too far into this video, because yeah, still got to do all my stuffs. Gacha history. Let's do. I think that I did 8 so far. So we'll do 2 more, and then that'll be a fitting place to end the video. We'll still do our skips. We'll see if we get anything other unique. I don't think, unfortunately, it's possible to actually pull for AEGIS HOLLYBERRY Cookie here, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But I just wish it was possible. I mean, it's still on a very low chance if we do pull for a Beast Cookie, we can get any of the other 3, being Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, or Burning Splice. But we still just we're not lucky enough. We have to go to the exclusive gacha. Anyway, just to speed run through some comments while we do our last couple polls. OSC user says, so you tell me her shield survived to a dragon and breaks to an arrow? Well, to be fair, I would assume maybe it got used to Dragon's Fire, but like, well, I guess to be fair, it kind of makes sense. I mean, I feel like shields can resist a great amount of like flames and fire, but an arrow is kind of like more direct with its tipping points, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's just how physics and geometry works. I don't even think those are the correct words, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Lena the Geode says, question of the day, Golden Cheese Cookie was physically crippled and was almost about to crumble. I'd say it's her. Yeah, she out of everyone's physical state, I think she had it the worst. Just because of, you know, she had to deal with the most brutal beast of them all, if I'm being honest. Depending on until we see Burning Spice. That's a Moon Rabbit right there. I'll take that. Is my Moon Rabbit maxed out? I feel like I've been pulling for her a lot. Yes, actually, she is. So I should probably just max her out just so I can get that out of the way. Also, Ian Brooks says, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Silent Salt will try to kill White Lily or destroy White Lily's staff. Honestly, I feel like Silent Salt would be that brutal with what they go through. Because I feel like I am so terrified of how Silent Salt's going to perform. I have an interesting short I want to try and do, but I I don't know, I feel like it would be interesting. It's kind of like my interpretation of how Silent Salt would talk. And I know you said everyone is probably going to say, like, well, that doesn't make sense. Silent Salt literally wouldn't talk. They're silent. I have an interesting take on how it would be, but you just have to bear with me on this one. Oh, and also as a bonus, we do have this.
Everything I ever wanted is in the palm of my hand. With this power, our paradise will last forever. Ah, another lovely lazy day with my other half.
You know, I gotta be honest, that's a lot more terrifying than I thought, because this means that, the Hollyberry succumbed to the sloth. Like, that's bad. I'm gonna do one single pull right here, and if I get anything cool out of it, that'd be amazing, but I completely doubt it, because knowing my luck as of recently, nothing. Hold on a second. No way, game. I didn't see a special thing pop up with the suits, so, like, honestly, this could just be a fluke. And these are both, I'm pretty sure, like, legendary sorts of costumes for both Hollyberry and, Eternal Sugar. So, obviously, I would expect to get it. I did get an epic, though. Oh. Frazzle Concierge. Sorbet Shark Cookie. That's actually really nice. I don't have that costume before. I'll take it. That's sweet. I like that. You look pretty dapper in that. You know, I appreciate him. I appreciate them. Anyway, with that being said, now we can go ahead and end the video right there. I just want to do that single poll just because, you know, wanted to see how the costumes would be like. But anyway, with that being said, if you enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it. And also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Kick Your Run content. And if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe? And also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future. And also down below in the description, you will see links to all my social media, which includes a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I get a Kick Your Run YouTube stuff for absolutely free. There's a link to my Discord server called the Hypenese Hub, a link to my merchandise if you can buy stuff to represent the channel, and lastly a link to my Ko-fi, where for just $1 a month, you can see exclusive content you wouldn't normally see in this normal YouTube channel. But above all else, I will see you and Daisy and Guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.